Aletha was my first child. I'd never had siblings, so everything was normal. I mean, she was healthy. She was growing. She was getting bigger. So this is all good. She was 4 years old, still not talking much, but I didn't think much of it at the time because she seemed healthy. One day she got a very bad cold and it seemed to linger and linger. So I thought, I'll just take her to the doctor. And the doctor observed her and said to me, Chanella, she's still not talking much. And I said, well, no, but she's fine. And the doctor said, I think just to be on the safe side, we'll get her assessed by a ped, just to be on the safe side. And I said, yeah, okay, we'll do this, but I don't know why, but okay. So yeah, that's what we did. She did the diagnosis. She got diagnosed with autism. I was in shock. I didn't know what to think. I was thinking, what is this? Why is this happening? Don't understand. And they gave me a lot of pamphlets and booklets as they do. And, reading it, that's when it shocked me. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is my mum. And then I was thinking maybe there is more to this, And it was actually really good to get the diagnosis because I got her diagnosis at a time where she could get early intervention, which was awesome. Michael, he got diagnosed the year before he went to kindy. And I did not think there was anything wrong with him. See, Aletha got diagnosed because she wasn't talking, but Mr. Michael, he talked from the beginning. See, the thing is, you don't have a diagnosis, you don't get an aid. You don't get the help. So if your child has learning difficulties and you don't have a diagnosis, very difficult. Miss Nicole didn't get diagnosed until she was, I think she was in year 3 at school. It was a lot later. And it was because, again, I thought there was nothing wrong with Nicole. It seems each time I had a child, there was less, they could do more things. So I think, this child's fine. But with Nicole, the teacher said that she was having problems learning in the class. And she needed aid time. So it was good. I went privately. Within, I think, 3 months, she was diagnosed. Not as severe as the other two, but she had problems following instructions and she just saw things differently. If you say something to her, she takes a different approach to things. Now she's got aid time as well, and that's helping her. And yeah, that's the key. If there's a problem, you've got to try and get a diagnosis, like I said, because if you don't, there's no help. At the beginning, I only had my parents' support, and I felt at the time that was enough. My mum and dad are the most helpfulest people on this planet, and they would do anything for me and their grandchildren. But as time moved on and things got harder, I found that I needed more help. And it was just basically a break for myself, and it was actually very important because someone told me that if you're in a plane and you get given the instructions, when in an emergency the airbag comes down, who do you put it on first, your child or yourself? And I said, the child. And they said, no, because if you put it on the child first, then what's going to happen? You can't help your child unless you're okay. So they taught me you have to be okay, so you've got to put it on you and then help your child. And it made so much sense. And ever since I got told that, that's how I think. Because unless you're okay in yourself, if you bring yourself down with a lot of stress, you're no good to your children. I found it helps with me if I can just organise a coffee with a girlfriend once a fortnight, because it is a break and you can talk about your problems, and then you find out, oh wow, they've got problems too. I'm not the only one, because everybody has difficulties, whether or not you have a child with a disability. I found isolation is a thing, because there was a part where you get so involved with your children that you seem to, that's it. And you seem to isolate yourself. And I was like that for a while earlier on. But yeah, I like I said, then I learnt. That was when I kind of woke up and I learnt, yeah, this is not good. Because I was, I made myself anemic, wasn't eating properly, just, yeah, things were not looking good for myself health-wise. So yeah, I knew it had to change. I got involved with an organisation called Calparin, and they are a godsend. They're awesome. They're at Princess Margaret Hospital, and if you have a child with any disability, you can become a member, and it's free. And they send you emails and they organise activities for you to have a break. So there's a Mother's Weekend, which is absolutely awesome, and it's a whole weekend, so it's a 2-night stay away. Plus they give you pampering, you get foot massages, you get back massages, you get lots of things. You get the food's amazing, and they just really look after you, and you're with a whole group of mothers, so you're with a group of people that are in your situation. There is a small cost for the Mother's Weekend. It's $100, but that's for accommodation and food and everything, and that's for 2 days and 2 nights. And if you cannot afford it, you can go to the Red Cross and they will actually fund that for you. It was difficult at first, But Michael started off, his first after school activity was football. And I thought I'll try him in different things. If he likes it, he likes it. But Michael's been very lucky with sport. He's very athletic. Every sport I've put him into, he seems to excel and do really well. When I saw the football getting a bit rough and what can happen to other boys, I thought no, because my Michael is always accident prone. If there's a way of tripping over or hurting himself, he gonna do it. So I thought about it and I thought tennis is a good one, because tennis is by yourself, you're whacking the ball, so this is good. So I got him involved in tennis, and he's actually ranked number 1 for Thornley for under 14s in his age, and he's very competitive, and he's always checking his CTI score. I still don't know what that is, on the Tennis West website. It's a great experience, and through that he's made really good friends of other boys that play tennis. Yeah, it's a lovely social sport for the kids to do, so I've been lucky with that. With Aletha, she just is not very sporty or athletic. She's a lot like me. So we found that she likes singing. So we know she's got a talent there because she's got a beautiful voice. So we've kept that going, and now she does singing lessons once a week. And Miss Nicole, she wants something new every year. I let them pick one thing every year because being a single mum, it's expensive. And they've all made friends with their out of school activities that they do, and they've become a lot happier in themselves because of it. I think a lot of parents in our situation, they get overprotective, and it actually limits your children, because if you're scared of them going to a park or whatever, you put a fear in them without even wanting to. That's what I learnt. And I was a bit like that, but just this year I've just started let Michael go to the park and play cricket across the road with some of his friends, and you know, he has lots of fun, and it's a big group of boys. So I mean, he's 14, he's a big boy, and there's like 5 other of them, boys all around the same age, and they just play cricket, and then they come home. The rule is before it's dark, and I'm really glad I've done that, whereas before I would have never have said yes, and Michael knew that. But I think he's at that age where you have to let them do their own things, otherwise you're limiting them. Just never give up. With children with autism, or I think with any disability, they can be taught to do things even if it seems impossible. It's just perseverance and being repetitive and stuff, and just trying your hardest and finding out what's out there, because there's always things that are out there that we don't know about that can help us. So just, yeah, don't give up.